but it's called The Pobble Who Has No Toes by Edward Lear. The pobble who has no toes had once as many as we. When they said, "Someday you'll lose them all," he replied, "Fish diddle-dee-dee," and his Aunt Jobiska made him drink lavender water tingled with pink. For she said, the world in general knows there's no good place for a pobble's toes. The pobble who had no toes swam across the Bristol Channel, but before he set, he wrapped his nose in a piece of scarlet flannel, for his Aunt Jobiska said, no harm can come to his toes if his nose is warm. And it's perfectly known that a pobble's toes are safe provided he minds his nose. The pobble who swam fast and well, and when both the ships came near him, he tinkledy winkledy winkled a bell so that all the world could hear him. And all the sailors and admirals cried when they saw him near the further side, "He has gone to fish for his Aunt Jobiska, Runcible cat with crimson whiskers." But before he touched the shore of the Bristol Channel, the sea-green porpoise carried away his wrapper and scarlet flannel. And when he came to observe his feet, formally garnished with toes so neat, his face at once became forlorn on perceiving that all his toes were gone. And nobody ever knew, from that dark day to the present, whoso had taken the pobble's toes in a manner so far from pleasant. Whether the shrimps or crawfish grey or crafty mermaids stole them away, nobody knew, and nobody knows how the pobble was robbed of his twice 5 toes. The pobble who has no toes was placed in a friendly bark, and they rowed him back and carried him up to his Aunt Jobiska's park. And she made him a feast at his earnest wish of eggs and buttercups fried with fish. And she said, it's a fact the whole world knows that pobbles are happier without their toes.